All right, everybody, I thought I would make a video today. I just was watching Bold and the Beautiful, and I see that Rich has left his girlfriend. So given that I'm heartbroken, I thought I would teach something. So I'm going to teach 2 videos on how to prioritize projects, which is one of the major things we have to do when starting a Lean Six Sigma program. One will be easy, and that is the 4 blocker that a lot of people have seen before. And one will be a little bit more detailed, which is the prioritization matrix that would have your projects over here on the left and then your criteria up here by which you want to select projects. So first off, a lot of people have seen the 4 blocker. You have a list of projects here. Let's see, what are some projects I've done over time? Reduce days to hire. Okay. We've done reduce bugs in software. I'm just going quick here. I've increased paw retrieval. Now, you folks that go to UGA or Alabama Roll Tide, that's not getting granddaddy from a bar. Turns out chicken don't have feet, they have paws, and at one client, only 25% of chicken paws made it to the market in China, where they will buy pretty much all the production. Let's see, I've also done a project on reducing, that wouldn't want to go up, reducing water usage at a plant. I've mentored or coached thousands of projects, so I'm just picking 4 off the top of my head. So with the 4 blocker, I think this is a good tool to use for greenbelt projects, something maybe at a local level where local managers can pick their own projects. You'll typically see people say, oh, let's come up with 2 criteria. Let's make it easy to do. So that would be, this is one that's going to be hard. Maybe I should write ease, and this is going to be very easy, right? So, hey, let's pick projects that are easy to do, and then you say, well, it would have a high impact and a low impact, all right? Now, we've all seen this, but here are the flaws in these. I've watched people say, well, project number 1, I think it's hard to do, but it has a high impact, and someone says, no, I think project number 1 is easy to do, but low impact, and that's where I just jump in and explain. We're arguing because neither one of these are measurable. Impact is not measurable. Easy is not measurable. So if you frankly, if you do these right, you don't need to do these by committee. Either example I'm going to show you, one person can do this by themselves in a room, which makes project selection a lot faster because you've made everything measurable. And that, if you know working with me, is the theme that I drive throughout all my lessons. I think it's the theme for life. The new year is coming up. This is 2019 when I'm making this in December. People are going to set goals for 2020 and they're going to say, I want to be healthy. You're not going to accomplish it because it's not measurable. You have to make that measurable. So I don't mind ease being a metric, but let's make it measurable. And I don't care what the measure is as long as it's measurable. So easy might be, in this example, 1 person can do the entire project. I'm also not a believer in that Six Sigma project or Lean Six Sigma projects have to have teams. Sometimes the sheer gathering of a team, scheduling of the meetings, you could have solved the project already. So we can talk offline about that. But in this case, we're saying 1 person can do the project. This would be 3. And maybe it takes more than 5. It could be a checklist also. You could say 1 person and no travel. Let's say within 100 miles of the plant. And then, plus 100. Again, let's not get caught up on if these are the right criteria. You pick your own. What I'm showing you is they've got to be measurable. Now we said impact, and I'm going to make that more measurable. Financial impact. I got a question the other day, by the way, how much money should a black belt project save? And I go, why does it have to save money? Well, you only care about that if the purpose of doing the project is to save money. Safety could be the purpose of the project. Customer satisfaction could be the purpose of the project. So I'm also not a believer in dollar values on projects, partly because that's the responsibility of senior leadership. Black belts and green belts execute the projects assigned, so I don't think it's fair to hold a belt responsible for a financial savings unless they have the ability to control the dollars. So in this example, we're going to say that it's going to generate plus 1 million in revenue, and we'll say here no revenue, but it might reduce cost, and then maybe we have to make this, $500K in revenue or $500K in cost reduction. Now you can say, all right, days to hire, it's not going to have any cost impact. However, an HR generalist can do that by her or himself, so we're going to put 1 here. Project number 1, very easy to do. I've done it. You just value stream map it out. That's usually the root cause. But it's not going to have a big financial impact on the business, all right? Bugs in software, well, we have to figure out what piece of software this is. Let's say it's something that people buy from us and they will not pay until it works right the first time. Unfortunately, that's going to involve some IT resources. We talk about it as a team and we put project 2 there. Paw retrieval, 1 person can do the project at the plant and the market will buy every extra paw we get to market. So project 3 goes there. And finally, reduce water usage. I'll just say that it's a little bit difficult to do. We have to go all around the plant. We'll have to talk to the city and get them to come out and read the meters. I'm just telling you from experience some of the things we had to do. So I'm going to put 4 about right here. Okay? So there you go. So we've prioritized the projects, and clearly project number 3 is going to be first. Now, this is another flaw in these things. Somebody might say 2 is first, or you might say 4 is, second. This is second or this is second. So which one should be second? Well, see, again, that can be a flaw sometimes in this simple matrix. I would argue it depends on which of the 2 criteria are more important. So maybe we go back and talk to manager and say, all right, we've kind of got a tie. Is this more important or that? And if they say, let's put more weight on this, then this is second, okay? So basically the takeaway here is you've seen these 4 blockers before, but the flaw is you don't make ease and impact measurable. And number 2, you get into these situations where you have to decide which one is the priority. Now, one of the things I might suggest at a local level, from a change management standpoint, rolling out Lean Six Sigma or anything you want to do, any time project management offices, is maybe just put a piece of flip chart paper in a boss's office and let employees come in with post-it notes. These would be post-it notes with ideas for continuous improvement or projects or capital expenditures, whatever you want. And then maybe once every couple weeks you gather everybody around and you plot your post-it notes based on your criteria, and then you say, all right, Nancy or Bob, I need you to address this. Now, what we would do in Lean Six Sigma is we'd say the next green belt that has availability, there's your project. All right, so next video, I'll talk about the more complicated way to do this, but it is powerful. It just takes a little bit more time.